Hello and welcome everybody to another StarCraft 2 cast by Glitch. Today, I am going to be casting a user-submitted game. Now recently, I got to 100 subscribers, and I asked for user-submitted replays as a way for thanking all of my lovely subscribers for subscribing to my channel and sticking with me through all the bad casts and all the good casts and I don't know, whatever else you guys have had to put up with in my casts. Back in the day, my audio was horrible. Even now, my audio is not the greatest, but it's a lot better than it was. Try going back and watching like one of my super old casts. You pretty much have to watch it with headphones or the volume all the way turned down because the audio quality was just terrible. But for those of you that have managed to stick with me through all of my casting days, then I wanted to show some thanks for subscribers, for subscribing to my channel. So I accepted user-submitted replays for a little while. This is a replay that came in more recently, and I never really got around to casting it, but this is the only replay that I got that I never cast, so I felt like I should cast it. And it's actually going to be quite an exciting little game here. So, spawning in the top right position of Xel'Naga Caverns as the blue Protoss, playing from Team Dark, we have Imagine. You may recognize him because he did actually submit some other replays. We saw a team game actually from DarkImagin as well. Spawning in the bottom left corner of Xel'Naga Caverns, his opponent today as the Red Terran is going to be BigMack. Now, BigMack is, I'll let you know right now, BigMack is going to be going for some very, very early aggression right now, and DarkImagin is going to be handling it quite well, and we are going to take a look at exactly how he does that and what kind of early aggression BigMack is going to be going for right now. As we can see, one Rax has gone down for BigMack, one gas has gone down as well, but interestingly, only one SCV is going to be mining on that refinery. I don't know whether that's a mistake and that's just the one SCV that was building. This is not a top tier level match. I actually don't know exactly what level DarkImagin is, but based on the play that I've seen from him, I would imagine he is probably platinum to diamond level player. If I'm wrong, DarkImagin, I apologize, but just based on what I've seen, that's about the level that I would estimate that these players are at, something around the platinum or diamond level. Maybe a low diamond if I had to pick one. But yeah, looks like DarkImagin now going to be scouting his opponent. Did he actually see that tech lab went down? No, he didn't actually see that tech lab did go down, but he did scout the gas geyser of his opponent, so he knows that gas geyser went down, and oh, we now have a barracks going down in this little back corridor of DarkImagin's base, and right now DarkImagin looks like he's going to be trying to just get up early gateway. So far, he's gone for a very standard build of opening with that gateway, followed by that gas geyser, and now he's just getting up that cybernetics core, and very soon he's going to start that warp gate research as well. Continuing to get up more and more workers. This is one thing that I like from DarkImagin. He continues to build lots and lots of workers, but I don't like the queuing. DarkImagin, you gotta watch out for that queuing, man. That 150 resources that you had tied up here, right there. That's 150 resources right there. That could be another gateway that you could have had right here. That's mistake number one that I think that really could have helped out a lot. That 150 resources that you had tied up in probes. That's one thing you definitely do not want to do. You want to be building those probes one at a time, and the second that first probe finishes, you want to start another one. Or maybe just get to the point where maybe when this probe's about halfway done, you start your next one. But you definitely don't want to have 3 queued up like this. Now, DarkImagin is going to be looking to get a little bit aggressive on his own. He's placing this probe here early on, and very soon he's going to be plopping down a pylon down in that lower position. But we do now have concussive shell on the way. Marauders now coming from both of these barracks. This barracks, the tech lab has been added on right now, and BigMack actually going for a big early marauder push, and Imagine actually not producing any sentries yet. Just now 2 gateways going up right now, and it's still getting lots of queuing going on the probes. These gateways actually could have been a lot earlier here from DarkImagin, and this would have been much easier to hold off right now. But he is spending his chrono boost very well, continuing to make workers, always a good thing, and he's now producing some units. Now, I like that he went for the Zealot Stalker. Now, this is a very good build for if you're going to be aggressive, but as we're going to see right now, BigMack is now going to be moving up the ramp of Imagine. Imagine is going to have to deal with this right now because his opponent applied pressure before he was able to quite do so. Just as he dropped a pylon and was getting ready to apply some pressure on his opponent right now. Warp gate research is not quite done yet. Pylon is going to go down, but I love love this from DarkImagin. DarkImagin sees his opponent focusing down pylons, so he starts immediately throwing down more pylons right now, and he's keeping these stalkers back right now. He wants to let these pylons and this gateway tank as much damage as he can. Now that some damage is being dealt to that gateway, trying to come forward with these stalkers. Force field going down, but not quite. A little too close up, a little bit further back, and it actually, I think, would have forced a couple of those Marauders out of the base, but now more pylons are actually being focused, and I think this is actually a mistake by BigMack, just because there are so many pylons here. He's not going to be unpowering any of these buildings anytime soon. I think he actually could have finished off that gateway and really cut down on his opponent's production, but as you can see, more and more pylons going down right now. Probes now being pulled off the line here by DarkImagin. More Marauders continuing to be rallied in here by BigMack as he frantically tries to warp in more and more units. And here's one further small mistake that DarkImagin makes. Notice the chrono boost on the Nexus. If that chrono boost, notice he's still building workers. I really like that from DarkImagin. I love the fact that even during this pressure, he's continuing to build more and more workers, but he could be spending that chrono boost right now on these warp gates and getting out a couple more sets of units. And that's actually what I would really like to see from him, is just holding back, letting these buildings take damage, warp out one set of units, chrono boost all 3 warp gates, and then instantly warp out another set of units, and then attack with all 6 units, and then he would be able to absolutely crush this attack. As we can see, he did pull back that one weak stalker, which I really like, and now he's going to be coming forward. And is he going to be able to save that warp gate? That one zealot tanking some of the damage, but those stalkers on the high ground trying to get a good position right now. The zealot does go down, and again, the energy on that Nexus is getting a little bit high. More pylons are going down to continue to power these buildings. As we can see, a 4th gateway now going down for Imagine as well. That's because his money was starting to get a little bit high. That also, I don't think that this gateway was necessary. I think he could have actually stuck with the 3 warp gates, but continued to actually chrono boost these 3 warp gates to really be able to get out more forces. But look at this, with the stalker count a little bit higher, started to warp in more and more zealots to be able to tank damage. And as you can see, he's going to start to push this force of Marauders back. And now this is something that I'm really going to like from DarkImagin. DarkImagin stays very calm in this situation, knows that his opponent is continuing to rally more and more Marauders to the front of his base. I would actually really like to see a couple of sentries actually go down so that he can continue to deny pushes there and get more, save up some more minerals and things so he can start to do some kind of counterattacking. But this is what I'm going to really like from DarkImagin. As we can see right now, he finally realized that he's got some forces here, enough to hold the ramp, and he said, you know what, I've got a moment. The moment BigMack lets off pressure, he says, you know what, I need to put some pressure back on my opponent. If he's rallying all of his forces to my base, I'm going to rally a few units into his base and see if I can't do some damage. I love this from DarkImagin, and here we go. The Zealots now moving into the ramp, into the base, and BigMack does not lift up the supply depot. Big mistake there by BigMack. BigMack continuing to move into his opponent's base right now, trying to deal some damage, and he was so focused on microing these Marauders, he's actually going to not even deal and pull SCVs off the line. These Zealots are getting so many kills right now, and DarkImagin now pushing out with a big stalker count, dealing so much damage, not using that chrono boost. Really wish he could use that chrono boost, and I would actually even like it if he started to get a probe out here to start to throw down a Nexus. I think that would actually be very good for him, but doesn't need to do that as BigMack has no more workers. He has 2 harvesters left on the map, and I don't know where they are, but it hardly matters right now. The important thing is that DarkImagin held off that aggression like a boss, was able to get some units warped in and take out all the forces of BigMack, thwarting that early Terran Marauder aggression. Well played game there by DarkImagin. Now, I'm not really accepting any more user-submitted replays. If you want to submit some, you can try to submit some to GLiTCHreplays@gmail.com. I don't promise that I'm going to cast them, but if I get a few, then every now and then I'll cast a user-submitted game, just to do it every now and then, just to show some love to the fans. And but of course, if I start to get too many of them, then I won't actually be able to handle the influx of replays, as I have no people to screen my games like Day 9 does. So yeah, so if you want to send some replays, go ahead and do it. I might cast them, I might not, but I don't know, you might get your chance to see your replays on the stream. So thanks you guys so much for watching. Thank you DarkImagin for submitting this game, and Glitch out.